みなさんこんにちは、ルイと申します。僕のチャンネルへようこそ。今日は日本に引っ越しすることについて話したいんだと思います。今は外にいます。今日は本当にいい天気ですね。晴れと綺麗天気です。今、コーヒーを飲んでいます。今日も外に少し読むことができました。この話題本、本当に話題、人気。これは哲学の本です。Meditations by Marcus Aurelius。おすすめです。今日、一つは自己紹介したいです。僕はアメリカ人です。20歳です。そう、大学生です。大学生の3年になります。今は夏です。3年になります。今日は日本に引っ越しすることについて話します。9月に日本に引っ越しします。留学生からです。留学生になります、日本に。So, I'm going to be a study abroad student in Japan, and I will be there for 4 months total, right? And today, I'm switching to English now, much easier. I just want to talk about my concerns before going abroad and my honest thoughts, what is on my mind before I move to Japan for 4 months as an American. And just so you guys know, I've lived in one state my entire life. I've lived in the northeast of the US my entire life. Yeah, I've never lived abroad, so this is crazy. This is new for me. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to actually study abroad and live in Japan, something I've always wanted to do. So, I've traveled abroad before. Traveling is one of my interests, but it all started when I was 13, when my friend randomly moved to Japan. Him and his family, his dad got a job there. And I didn't see him for a while, but then my family surprised me by flying me out to Japan. So I went to Japan at 13. It was my first time going abroad, and it honestly gave me a big interest in language and culture, which is why I started studying Japanese. It's why I've been speaking it, or why I spoke it in the beginning of this video. On this channel, I speak about learning languages in Japanese too. But yeah, that honestly gave me an interest in that. It's probably why I'm studying abroad in Japan soon. One of the things that sparked my interest in actually going abroad to study abroad in Japan. So that'll happen very soon. And then when it comes to my concerns, my first one is finances, right? So the truth is I'm going to be running through my savings, right? When I go to Japan, like it's all coming out of my savings. What's good is that studying abroad in Japan is cheaper than going to college here in America. So let's say I stayed here at my college for that semester, like what I normally do. That's more expensive than me actually studying abroad in Japan. And a lot of schools aren't like that with fees. They give their students like these like crazy study abroad fees, right? And then they can't study abroad because it's more expensive. But I guess I lucked out where it's not like that for me. But still, like, finances is a concern for when I go to Japan because I'll be paying for all my food there. I'll be paying for traveling expenses and all that, which is scary to think about. You know, as a college student who's running on his savings from high school and college, like part-time jobs. Like, during high school, I'd say I saved about 90% of my money. I was very serious about saving. And then when I went to college, I had less time to work, and I started traveling more. Like, I went to Bulgaria, Panama, I went to Spain, Canada. I plan on making videos talking about this topic of traveling and spending and like budgeting yourself and spending less money as a college student. But for now, yeah, finances is honestly a concern when I go to Japan. But what I'm thinking of doing is for grocery shopping. Yeah, for grocery shopping, I want to find like the Japanese equivalent to Aldi's in America, where Aldi's is like a grocery store that's extremely cheap, right? It's much cheaper than like any other grocery store. So I want to find the Japanese equivalent, But also what's good for Americans is that, well, this is only good for Americans. But the US dollar is much stronger than the yen. So when I go to Japan, I'll have more purchasing power while I'm there. But still, though, like, just eating out every day, going out, traveling in Japan for 4 months, that's going to add up. And I plan on spending about, like, $7,000 or less while I'm there for personal and traveling expenses, but I gotta pray that it works out. Honestly, you know, I don't want to come home having no money, having to rely on my parents, family. That'll be kind of rough, but I think the experience itself will be worth it for me. Yeah. Also, while I'm in Japan, I plan on doing a lot of, like, personal traveling around the country. First of all, I'll be residing in Tokyo. I have a place that I'm paying for. It's a dormitory in Tokyo, so I'll always have that. And then while I'm traveling to these other places that I'm about to mention, I'm going to have to pay for Airbnbs and accommodations, which is honestly, that'll add up. So let's say I go, like, every weekend to a new place, pay for accommodations. Yeah, that'll really add up, but it's alright. So first place I want to go to is, like, the Hokkaido region. I want to hit up Sapporo there. That'll be very nice. I want to learn how to ski, and I think learning how to ski in Japan would be very dope. There's also a small town. It's like a Japanese countryside kind of town in Hokkaido that I want to visit called Shiraoi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Shiraoi. Aoi. So it's a town in Hokkaido, like the region where the Ainu people live. And if you don't know, in Japan, there's actually other ethnicity groups besides the Japanese. I know, shocker. Right? So we have the Ainu people. It's their own, they have their own, like, they're indigenous, right? They have their own language and culture. And in that town, it might be a fishing type of village, or, like, probably not fishing. I know they catch salmon in rivers, and they'll do that in front of you. And I want to go there, just, like, experience their culture a bit, hit up their museums, learn about the Ainu culture. I think that'll be dope. A third place I want to go to, I've written down here, is Okinawa. All these places I mentioned are, like, flights from Tokyo. Maybe, like, 100 round trip or more. I'm not sure. But Okinawa I want to go to. I think it'll be amazing going there. What's crazy, though, is that the U.S. military owns, like, not owns, but they have, like, bases on 25% of Okinawan land, right? So I don't know if they particularly like Americans in Okinawa. I mean, I'm sure they're used to them, so when I go, like, they wouldn't be shocked seeing an American, because there's probably so many Americans there to begin with. But what I hope is that I'll be a better exception. Like, maybe other Americans who live there don't take the time to, like, learn Japanese or, like, know anything at all. I plan on just speaking to people in Japanese when I go there, like, right off the bat, solely speaking in Japanese, developing my Japanese, so hopefully they respect that there. Hopefully I give them a good impression of an American. But in Okinawa, I'm sure they're so used to Americans because of the U.S. military. So the other places I have is Kyoto and Osaka, which are nearby. That'll be awesome visiting those cities. I think they have, like, vibrant nightlives. They're pretty colorful. Then there's Nara, which is near Osaka, which has those deer parks. Like, I'm sure you've seen online the videos of the deers, like, bowing. Like, you you do the Japanese bow, the deer bows with you. Like, yeah, that's a place for that. And then I also wrote down, I want to go to the Kyushu region too. I wrote down Fukuoka and Nagasaki, which I'm pretty sure are nice cities to visit. But I've decided, there's a bug near me. Gotta hit that thing away. But if I go to Nagasaki, I also want to go to Hiroshima too. Just because I think it's important, as an American studying abroad in Japan, to hit up the bomb site locations. Just, like, the historical value too, just for, like, remembrance purposes. And then I have Nagoya written down too. I saw a video of some guy traveling Nagoya recently, and it looked very nice. Sorry if I mispronounced any of the names. But yeah, honestly, these traveling prices, the traveling costs of not only transportation, but every single time I go to a new place, if I stay overnight, I have to pay for accommodation. That's going to add up. And the finances are honestly a concern for when I go. I've been thinking of ways to save money. I like the idea of finding the Japanese equivalent to like Aldi's and like get cheap food. Maybe they straight up have Aldi's. Probably not though. But yeah, I'll find ways to save money while I'm traveling around Japan too. And then while I'm in Japan, I know I'm going to go to South Korea because I have a friend there. And we're going to hit up Seoul. And we want to go to Busan for a little bit too. But also I want to hit up one other country. And I have 3 written down. It's Thailand, Vietnam, or Philippines. Philippines. Excuse me. Sorry. So Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines, right? Now pick one of those to go to. I'll probably end up picking Vietnam because it's like a nice emerging city and I've seen a lot of videos on it recently. I want to go to Hanoi because I saw a video of the Hanoi railway street. It looked kind of dope. But yeah, that's it'll definitely all add up monetarily. So when I come back, I'll be in a bad spot and I'll have to save up. But I think it's worth it because like I know after college I'll be traveling and living abroad still, and like it's one of my biggest interests, language, culture, all that. But I can only honestly be a study abroad student once. I know I'm going to be a student in Japan only one time. And I'm only studying abroad one time. Like there's no way I'm going abroad for another semester, even though it's cheaper. Well, actually, no. Personal expenses destroys that. It's not cheaper at all. You're traveling around and about. It adds up. But yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it for my finances. It's a big investment for sure. But another worry is keeping connected with my friends and family, right? So I have a lot of friends and family here that I really do care about. And yeah, I'll be going to Japan in 30 days, living there for 4 months, which I haven't thought about this until more recently, but honestly, like, the dynamic will completely change, for those 4 months, because I'm not going to get to see them. And as of now, I'm not, like, the best texter and caller, and every single time I reach out to someone over text or call, it's usually for the purpose of seeing them in person. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, like, let's hang out today, let's do something, let's get the group together, right? I'm not really the type of guy to just, like, text and yap. I don't yap over text. Like, yeah, I yap over call sometimes to catch up with friends, but not really over text. But while I'm in Japan, I feel like with friends and family, I gotta yap over the phone more, talk to them more, just, like, keep those relationships going, when I'm not really used to, like, not calling someone for the purpose of hanging out, But when I'm in Japan, I can't even hang out with friends and family, so I have to call just to kind of, like, talk with them, which is great, but it sucks not being able to see the people closest to you in person for a while. And I feel like a lot of people get this wrong, too. Like, a lot of people will talk about how they want to, like, drop everything and move to Thailand, or drop everything and move to Spain and, like, go abroad, right? And, like, live abroad for a year, but they don't think about all the people close to them now. And a year is honestly a long time, like, without seeing your friends and family, 4 months, still a long time. At least for me, that's a third of a year. A month is a while too. It's just like, let's say you drop everything and go abroad for a little bit. You're sacrificing some things, like friends and family, your current social life. You're throwing yourself to the wolves. And a lot of people also have a third concern. I have this concern too, of not integrating with their language and culture, not knowing what the hell is going on around you, not understanding much of their language, just feeling like you miss, like, your home country. Like, I already know as a fact when I go there, I'm going to get pretty homesick. But, I'm excited to figure out ways around that and enjoy my time in Japan. But, I'm going to miss what it's like just living in America. And I'm not saying that because I have a Black Rifle Coffee Company hoodie on, but I'll definitely miss it. Even though I'm very interested in Japanese language and culture, and I speak their language to a decent level, I'll definitely I'll definitely just miss, the convenience of being in a place that speaks the language that you grew up speaking and that you're used to, Like, I've only lived in one state my whole life in the U.S. Like, I'm from the Northeast. This is what I'm used to. Yeah, living abroad for a while is going to be interesting. But if you're interested to see how it's like for me living in Japan, definitely subscribe. I plan on recording videos, doing interviews with people in Japanese. If you're interested in that, subscribe. Yeah, thanks for listening. And those are my concerns, my honest thoughts before moving to Japan at 20. So, thanks for listening.